Turning now to your community focus, a new bridge and traffic pattern has some drivers scratching their heads. Here to talk about that and more, Rhode Island DOT Director Peter Alviti. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Before we get to that confusion that I just mentioned, I want to start with the state's carbon reduction plan.
Yes.
The Attorney General sent a letter calling your initial proposal, quote, misguided and unambitious. You came out with a revised proposal. How much of that revision was based on what the Attorney General's letter said?
So we got over 70 different respondents from it. And the response part of it, or the public response part of it, was built into the process.
Sure.
So we had, after we did our draft and released that, we had planned for a month of public response. We took those 60 or 70 and gave them all equal weight and kind of categorized the areas of the plan that people were concerned with, and went back to the plan, made those revisions. Now, since then, just last week, the Natural Resource Defense Council, that very highly esteemed organization, ranked us as number 11 in the country. So that, to us, is an affirmation that the carbon reduction strategy that we have not only is appropriate for what it should accomplish, but also is transformative.
I want to switch gears a little bit while I have you here. The Henderson Bridge is officially fully open as of yesterday. Social media is loaded with folks who are saying the new roundabout is confusing, people are driving the wrong way. Are you reassessing if maybe there needs to be some changes or maybe more signage in the area?
We always do.
Okay.
As with many of our projects, as they get toward the end of completion, there are still some things left to do. When we open up a facility like this or a road like this, everything isn't necessarily all complete because we still have some construction in and around it to complete. So that adds a bit to the confusion. What generally we found, however, is that the first 2 or 3 months that the commuters who traveled by that for the last decade without having a roundabout in place, certainly find it a little challenging to go through. Change sometimes is challenging for some people, and we recognize that. And over time, we found that after a month or two of it being in place and those commuters getting used to the new traffic pattern, things will even out and people accept them more, even to the point where, for example, in Warwick, where we have several of them.
In Apponaug.
The initial reactions were negative, but over time people adapted to them, and now most of the commuters absolutely love them. It's a safety and a convenience kind of benefit that come with it, and you know, we're just going to get by the initial learning curve. The
literal learning curve. The roundabout.
That's correct.
And before I let you go, Director, you recently launched a new Roadside Responder pilot program to try and help clear disabled vehicles and make sure that traffic is flowing on some of the interstates. What have you seen from the first few weeks of this program? How's it going? Is it helping ease traffic?
It is. So far, just in the first week, I think they've cleared over 60 different incidents, and they're simple things like people with flat tires or run out of gas that, you know, when a car pulls over to the side of the road, many times people rubberneck or it creates congestion and it'll create miles of backups. These vehicles are aimed to be directed from our technical center where we can see all of the roads, and they're directed to particular hot spots where these little breakdowns may be causing congestion, so that we can get the person up and running and off the highway and the traffic flowing again, and it's working out great.
Sounds good. All right, that is all the time that we have. Rhode Island DOT Director Peter Alviti, thanks so much for being here at 4.
Thanks for having me.